can't get that out of the way. Hello, I'm here. All right, yeah. There's what I'm looking for. This is a live, and I am waiting for folks to come in, so feel free to skip. This is amber colored shellac. And I have it for encaustic. Some of this is water-based for easy cleanup, but I'm just going to throw this sponge away. I was only using it outside because I thought it was toxic, and it's not. And I crumpled the velour paper first. Yeah, don't put it on your painting. Jeez Louise. I think this sponge had a little bit of color, but it's all right too. Okay. Okie dokie. I'm waiting to hear from Rosemary. Maybe that'll hold. Now, check and see if Rosemary has checked in. Nope. Let's put that away. Put this back. Might as well use it, right? Right. Hi, Mary Ellen. I'm putting some shellac, amber shellac, on some pieces of paper to use later. Doesn't take long to dry. There is a water cleanup. Look at how cool that is. Nope, not stinky at all. Barely any scent at all. Okay, folks, y'all can come in. Hey, drink coffee. This came, I think, from Hobby Lobby. Not Hobby Lobby. Either Home Depot or Lowe's. I can't turn it any more than, wait. Nope, that does not work. There. But they make a water base. This one you need alcohol, or that's on there good enough. Ammonia and water to clean up. But since I'm not putting it in a spray or anything like that, it'll be fun. Hey, Rachel Juanita. Okay, dokie. Yeah, if you, like I said earlier, if you buy it for encaustic and you put it on panel you've already got a lot of coats of encaustic on, then you can dab shellac wherever you want it, set it on fire, and it crackles as it I don't know what it does. It gets kind of sticky like taffy candy. Anyway, makes real pretty marks and spider webby things. Hey, Zoe. Hey, Rachel. I'll learn your name, I'm sure. Rachel and I are going to be working in a group with Robin McClendon, and I, for one, am tickled. So, preparing a few things. Rachel, since it's live, it always takes a few minutes for everybody to get in. Okay, Mary, the shellac on just plain paper gives it an aged look. This had some woad watercolor on it. And see how that ripped? Okay, back up. These are flocked papers from Anna Griffin. You can get them on YouTube, and they're flocked and look like old-fashioned wallpaper. Get that out of the way. And I crinkled them up, which is a chore since they're it's cardstock. Crinkled them up good, and then painted half of each one with the shellac. Make it look like an old house has been moldy and wet. And then just for grins, I put it on with a makeup sponge so I can just throw away. I just finished working with it. My hands aren't sticky, so that's good. I put it on a piece of jelly paper. That's cool. It looks like coffee stain. Oh, I forgot to turn my camera. Oops. Okay. Anyway, it looks like coffee staining, but it kind of gives it a little, well, I guess it's already translucent. But anyway, that's cool. That'll be used nicely. I'm sorry, I keep wiggling it. Okay, what else have I got here to play with? I mixed up some woad, which is the watercolor from England that is what English and French are known for their blue, this blue color in their clothing. It's this one right here. It's not like any other blue I've got. It's a little more gray and a little more purple. So it's nice to know that there's something cool out there. Robin started it. She went to France and walked in a store, and they had these little round tins of watercolor. So of course she brought one home, and so then of course everybody in the free world has to have some of it, so me included. So anyway, that just ages it. I guess I'll leave that. We got people coming in still. I'll get you pulled up on my phone. There we are. Alrighty. I found my, well, I wonder where I put them. I don't see them right now. I found my readers that are for astigmatism. They've been lost for a little while. And I found them and then lost them again. Okay. Enough with the silly. Tell y'all what I did yesterday. Well, actually, I can show you more than that. Tuesday, I did my first projects in the large journal that Robin McClendon is using this year. And I must have searched and searched all over the place for a journal, you know, it has to be just perfect for Vicki, you know. And let's see, she was working with Michaels, the Michaels books. And the Michaels books, they wouldn't do online. And so then I started searching everywhere for something similar. And the Arteza, however you want to say it, has a book, but it was a little bit more expensive. It was, I think, 2 books, and they were maybe $12 a piece. So I kept going and kept going, and then I remembered that I had this book from Walmart. It's a Daler Rowney pocket sketchbook. And for all intents and purposes, it's a Moleskine. And I'm not saying that right either. But I noticed that I had started this a year or 2 ago, that I noticed all the papers were staying completely flat, even with glue stuff on them and acrylic. And so I thought, and sure enough, they had it in a big size, and it's the same paper. One of them, this one feels a little slicker. This one has a little more tooth, which should be fun. I think this was $8. So I can be frugal when I need to be. So anyway, yeah, I was online when I did this. Yeah. Anyway, I did these on Tuesday. Here's some woad. This is a good approximation of that color. It is on my screen anyway. It may not be in YouTube. Oh yeah, it's pretty close on YouTube. Okay. And I was using some of her papers. So that's part of the goal of Zen Circle. And in the beginning, I thought she was just going to work on 1 page of a spread. She went with 2, so of course I went with 2. This is the white paper, and I put down some Titan Buff, some golden Titan Buff acrylic. And this is an encaustic monotype, and then some of Robin's paper. And then this one is washi tape, a print of one of my pages out of this little book. You can just barely see part of it. I photographed it, and then when it prints, it enlarges, so it gives you lots of areas you can layer stuff. So anyway, that's one of those pieces. I think that's just cool. And then this little Buddha was in a book that Randy's mother, a scrapbook from Japan, and it was an article in the Arkansas Gazette in the 60s, 70s, I think, about Japan. And so I photographed this. She had the newspaper article in the book, so I photocopied that, or took a picture of it. And this is just a piece of rice paper I did some time ago. You can tell I'm not as neat as Robin. I try to be, because the whole point of this is to enjoy the process. But when I'm live, sometimes I think, oh my God, everybody's going to get bored. And all of these could have other stuff done to them. Then yesterday, I felt like working on my own. So I did this. You can see the shimmer. In the background, I used the Seth Apter fresco paints. They're from England, I think, somewhere over there, across the pond. And they're a real chalky finish. So I just used a brayer and kind of covered the background. And then this was I did an oil painting in a journal one time. And when I did the block in the oil painting, I just put a piece of bond paper on top of it and pulled a print. So it's been kicking around the studio, didn't want to throw it away. So I took the print and put a little bit of a little thin glaze of ice blue metallic from Folk Art. And it's just enough to kind of give it that old mirror look. And then I took a stump from another project I've got going, and the charcoal that was left on there, I just added it where the eyes. It's just sketchy. And then I took, for those of you who don't know me, I keep my jelly plates to the side, and I keep one of the pieces of plastic underneath them. And whenever I've got extra paint on a roller or sponge or brush, I just brush it on here, okay, instead of making a print. And so then yesterday I had one that had quite a bit on it. Here it is. And it was completely covered. And I broke it up. This one doesn't have a whole lot, but you still break it up. And then I used an acrylic with a clear base in it, and pasted it down and got some of it off. Then put the face on and then got some more of it off. So it almost looks like a mirror that the silvering has started to come off. So it's really silvered. And then some of Robin's paper and some of mine. So anyway, that's what I did there. That was fun. I enjoyed it. I like to work in the studio with my music on. I relax more and get a little more creative. Okay. So then I went to I won this book last year from Robin. This is her writing here. And I did my very first, this book's not a virgin anymore. I did my very first page. That's hers. And this is what happens when you ink the wrong side of the stamp. So I just decided to leave it. This is some echo dyed paper that I did at Rosemary Morris Studio. So I did that. And then, just for grins, I came back to my little grass shack in the islands. And I just did one in here using some of the scraps. So that's our plan this year with Robin, I do believe, is working the big book. First, you got to collect papers. Got to collect papers and stuff. So that's part of what I do here. Collect papers, preferably your own. In this group, we're going to share papers, but they're still not commercial papers. And do the big book, and then use the scraps for the smaller book. And then I'm going ahead and working in this mini book because I had it started. So I've had some fun with it this week. And using up scraps. So there's that. All right. I have to remind myself to check chat because I talk too much. Hi, Gail. Joycey. Weatherberry. I just texted you. Did you see it? About the Scotch tape? Here's what I came up with. I dipped it. And again, just to make it look like old cellophane. Of course, now all the sticky's gone. We had trouble finding plain old cellophane tape, the kind that's not frosted or scotch. This is like the old-fashioned stuff. And finally found it at Dollar Tree. And then Rosemary took it a step further and aged it with the shellac. So there's that. I'm just on a roll today. And mine is alcohol, clean with alcohol or ammonia and water. So, and there's absolutely no smell to it. I didn't know you could use this inside. But Rosemary was, so if Rosemary can do it, I can do it. This came from either Home Depot or Lowe's, and it's the Amber. This is not even sticky. I'm surprised. I thought it would be real sticky. So we'll see. And then I can just throw this away. Okay, see for the answer. Well, what good does it do me to private message you if you're not going to pay attention to me? Huh? All right. That's all my show and tell for today. Rosie, look at this. I forgot to turn the camera down again. I shellacked half of this flocked paper. Isn't that neat? I had some watercolor on the back of that one. Oh, I guess I could show you the package those come in. Got them on the Getting Place. I think it was $20 to $25. Okay, I did put it down. Come on. There, look there. And they may have been discontinued. I don't know. Anyway, this is how many you got. Quite a few. Good to make cards and stuff with. So there's that. Move that right here. Now, let me put this away. I mean, just move it until I'm so nuts. Look at this. I keep the book label on my books. Isn't that ridiculous? And this is a piece of deli paper that I just wiped my sponge off. That looks pretty. Okay. I made some coffee. And just use this since I've got the sponge headed for the trash. Watch me make a mess here. My coffee's not very dark, but that's okay. And I crumpled this, so I'm hoping that it'll darken some of the lines where I crumpled it. I don't think my coffee's strong enough. Did it stir up good enough? And I'm gonna have to do a coffee staining session. And I did some woad, the blue watercolor, diluted it in a spray bottle. Ooh. Nothing says you can't use both of them. See, that's what I'm after. So crinkled lines. Well, that big old mark was there before. And of course, if I had prepared a little better, I would have this already. I would have a place laid out to keep it. So I can put it here and just let it sit. Man, I love what that blue did on the blocking. Anyway, I was in here yesterday by myself, music going, my favorite music. And went in the other room, had a steak dinner Randy prepared for me. And was so happy. I come out of the studio when I'm doing it like that, very happy. My mood is elevated. And then we watched The Voice, which is one of our favorite pass the time TV shows. And it's happy. You know, everybody's having fun. And then right before I went to bed, I looked to see what my online stuff was. Then I went to bed and I wasn't happy. I could tell a marked difference in how I felt. Well, you can see I'm being stingy with my woad. I didn't mix up very much. Okay, there's that guy. See if y'all got anything going on. Well, I'm more important than your life, right? Anyway, this is looking really cool. It's all soaking in now. Okay, one more little dab on some stand. And then I'm starting on some painted papers here underneath me. Coffee and the woad are combining to make kind of a muddy color, but that's good. Okay. Dry thy hands. Move this. Yeah. I can't. That's not really going to be the side I'm watching. I mean, using. Okay. I said I was going to leave it alone. Leave it alone. Brush. Move that. Move those. I've got to get some of these. I've got a ton of underpapers that I need to get out and make marks all over. Make some of those little books of robins. This is, I don't know, the old version of Dina Wakley. There's a new one came out this year with denim in it instead of the canvas. But anyway, this has got all sorts of paper. And so I took all my Distress Oxide stamp pads and just kind of went through on every page doing just a little bit of stenciling, but I was making backgrounds. And then this is the burlap. Now, this is a piece of fabric that's been matte medium to it. And I thought I had put clear gesso on some, but I don't feel it. But just using the different colors to see what I could do. And then come back on top of them and do something interesting. That's a selfie of me on a piece of that chiffon-y fabric. And I saw it when I was cleaning today, and I thought, well, I wasn't cleaning. I was trying to make a path to get through here. And I thought, well, that'd be a good day to do something in there. And that's as far as I got. I got a whole book to do. So the first one that the second one, I guess. First one or the second one. This is in soft pastel, and I had not sealed it, and it's still not. This is my Spectrafix. It's okay. I mix it with vodka. I buy the concentrate in a little bottle and mix my own. And this is a professional sprayer that house painters use. Not supposed to choke it though. Anyway, it cuts down on shipping and buying water and stuff like that. So I thought I would do that today. And I'm going to do it in acrylic. And I got to get my clear gesso. I thought I had already done clear gesso, but it won't take it long. I don't want anything else dirty, so I'm just going to use a credit card. The clear gesso has a grip. That makes it hold pastels. It gives you a surface for it to. Sometimes I like a pattern when it dries. There. But I had this Seth After stuff out from yesterday, so I thought, well, I'll just use it today. It's mostly set. No, I don't use fixative on most of my pastels unless in journal. And again, I try not to use much because it does darken the colors. And your light colors almost disappear. Okay. Okay. And this is a Patty Tolly Parrish pictograph stencil down here. All right. Yeah, what are y'all saying? Oh no, how did I do that? Can we get her back? Hey, Christine. Oh no, I was on my iPhone. How do I get her back? Rosie, come back. Okay, that's in StreamYard. How do I get her back? Okay, unhide her. How do I do that? I don't like stuff that happens. Wait, there maybe. That happens when you don't know about it. She'd just be gone. I can't click on anything to get back. Okay. Don't have no 3 dots. There's only that one. Oh no. Okay. Think. I know. I'm in my phone. That's where the only thing I was using. She doesn't have 3 dots. All right. Sorry, guys. Let's go to YouTube Studio. Okay. Comments. Whoa. Okay. Maybe I can do it there. Nope. I don't want a reporter. Well, crap. Well, it won't let me click on her name. Okay, I'll leave it alone. Yes, ma'am. Oh, God. Hang on just a minute. Okay. Now I've got to pick a picture. Pick a picture. I'm going to go to, I think I'm going to go to my Pinterest. And Pinterest doesn't like iPad. So what are you going to do? We'll go back to photos. I find a picture to use for my face. My pictures are in the worst order. I do a bunch of, let's see her. Hang on, gotta go somewhere. Gotta get an app. Okay, dinner is not till Grids. I'm using an app called Grids. And I've got to load a picture. Ideas. Source. Now the deal with these little apps is that for one thing, they hold steady, where if you do it in iPhoto, there. I've got a grid. Let's see it right here. It's a thirds, and I'm going to strengthen that just a little bit. Finally, just to get started. Now you see it better. I better do it a little bit more so y'all can see it. I'm giving you my secrets. So I'm doing her not for any reason other than the fact she kind of looks like the other girl. And try to fix this so we can both see it at the same time. I was relatively prepared today. What happened to the... I just want to protect her, so... I'm going to use acrylic. Okay, now where is... It's right under her nose. This is going to make her... Ignore the grid. I'm going to put her eye right about here, just because I know that that's a position that I like. And there's my eye mark. And then come over here. That's another third. Doesn't really matter because the features are all I'm interested in. Is that as big as I want to? Oh, a little bit bigger. Like that, and that'll make her head. It should go a little bit bigger. There. So now she's on a slant. Every time I do this, I tell y'all that I'm not going to do it again without having my book raised. What I'm doing here is measuring. I measure religiously. The eyebrow is never wonky, even though a lot of people pluck them that way. It follows the brow bone, which is also the eye socket. And I don't want to get the charcoal because it's so messy. And this one starts about right here. And just look at the shapes. Her eyebrow is kind of a triangle shape. So just do the shape. You're not doing an eyebrow. Do a shape. Let me see if that'll work. Let me see a little better. Maybe I am going to have to. Get some stuff out of here, maybe. Just want to get her blocked in. Now here's another shape. That's a triangle shape. And this is the way that I draw for painting. This is not the way I draw for drawing. There's a difference, big difference. And on her lips, you have two more. I'm not sure what they are. Lucky, lucky. And turn back like that. And over. And then we've got hair. Hair. And earring. A little bit louder now. There we go. And over here, comes in about right here. Not like that. And hair. Okay. Any questions? I'm on chat. Hi, Beck. Thank you, Gail. Thank you, function. Okay. Any questions about what I've just done here? Now we'll come back and just double check close, right under the nose, close, and at the mouth, close enough for who it's for. Okay, now from that brow in the middle, almost perfect. Okay, we're good to go. Double check the slant. Good to go. Okie doke. All right, if you can't think of anything, I'm going on. I'm going to throw this shellac thing away. Now I'm just going to, I've got Seth sets, and there's 5 of them. So I'm just going to get smoked paprika. Boy, that's good. I accused Randy the other night of smoking something, fish or something outside. He said, no, it's smoky paprika. I've got a husband who in his second life is wanting to be a chef. So now I need a yellow, mellow yellow. I'm going to use this. What is that? Terracotta. Yeah, I'm going to use that because of her warm skin tone instead of something approximating bright yellow. And then a little more. I'm going to use a cheaper white. It's whites are great for, and that's got some wood on it. Because they're more sheer than I need bluish green. And I need a darker. These are the colors. These are the colors I use for every face I do. Midnight will be good. I use a red, a yellow, a blue, and then some sort of a cool. Okay. Now, the first thing I'm going to do is mix up some for skin tone. And I got some. Bring a little bit of that up, put some of this in it. All I'm doing is making a little darker. Painting where the eye would be. And then I'm going to check, make sure. I'm going to check, make sure. So about right there. So that's kind of where the eye is going. And we're not going to worry about that right now because we're going to keep on going. Now I could use something a little bit darker right there. I'm going to come down into that triangle and I'm going to check the angle we're on, and this one coming down. Part of the reason why this is cloudy right now is because of the charcoal, but that will be covered post haste. Okay, there. I want to know. And all right. Got to remember that I want to leave some of the background color shining through. I'm working on my new $27 class, and I realized that I was putting a whole element in about this, drawing faces. So I decided to have that be an add-on, a separate unit. May ask for some volunteers to test it for me. I did my big class. It's still great, but I haven't gotten anybody to. I've had a lot of people buy it, but I can't get people to give me feedback on what they liked and what they didn't like. I know I've told you this before, but green is cool and it helps the form turn. And you got to remember to do that. That's where the brow bone curves in, and the eyes are curved in too. They're sitting back in that socket for protection. I don't really care where that mouth, what the details are. I just want to make sure that it's in the right position. Mm-hmm. Lost my place. It's easy to do. In here, that's where I was. And this goes. Okay, now we need a little bit of dark. Let's go ahead and get those in. Just marking them now. Straight up and then over. Because this is acrylic, I can cover anything that I want to cover. Marking where I want the boundary of the eye to be. And then check it and make sure that it's even. I think we can live with that. Let me see what y'all are doing. Not really, Azure. You can, and you'll see people do it all the time. And some people use bluish colors. The only time I use a bluish color is when I want a man to look like he needs to shave. Otherwise, it tends to look kind of bruised. So I usually stick with green. Yeah, double check them again. I always get my eyes off. And her eyeball. You cannot see her upper lid because her head is tilted. Alrighty. Now where are you going? I'm gonna leave this spot right here. You'll see right here because of the purple. Well, maybe we can see over here. You can see the blues in here. The reason that you mix green is because your red is the complement, which tones down the red and just makes it's the same color. It's just turning a little grayer. Okay, let's just do this up here. Okay, there's pure green, and there's the same amount of pure red. Can you tell? Stuff under it. See how grayed that color becomes? But it is still flesh tone. It's just a darker flesh tone. So that's actually what it would look like once we get that charcoal covered. The other thing that I will teach you is that it's as the form turns away from light, and the light on her is coming in right here, roughly on that nose, maybe up a little bit, judging by the reflecting points in her eyes. As a form curves away from the light, it becomes a little more neutral, which is what helps it make that curve. And y'all that could give a poop less about this, just watch. Not everybody enjoys this process. I'm going to try to make the lighter areas sheer, which means I'll have more water in those. We'll see how that happens. And see, if I was in oil, and I better pay attention because I'm not, this area would still be wet and I could have blended that edge. If you can't see what is going on with a landmark like this, you can barely see it. This line right here, I can't see what's going where it's going behind that earring. So if I can't see it, don't worry about it. Did Rosemary ever come back, or did she just tell me what to do? Where to go? Now this is kind of a little different type portrait. That's why I practice them all the time, because the background will influence the paint. I need to spray this. Another reason I prefer oil. This is also a point where people panic because it looks like gradu. Just keep going. I'm still just tickling. That's what I like to call it. The form. Until I'm kind of sure that I've got what I want. And this is all capable of being covered up. I'll be back, check on you in chat here in just a minute. I hear babies. Now this chin under here is going away from the light, so it will get a little bit of that greenish color. And it's just, it really is sucking up the, and that's partly because of the canvas. And the babies are home. And I'm not going to worry with that jawline because I will over here. This one can be painted in with the dark hair. And her face is a little more pinkish than this salmony color, but it's my painting. I can have her be whatever I want her to be. And this may end up being a bust. You never know. But nothing's for a bust. You just get tired of working on them. And these lights in here is a landmark. I'll be back with you and answer questions here in a minute. Okay, here it goes. Ready or not? All right, so over here, I've got that much room. And I've got to make sure, let's see, let's back up on that. So that's about right there. And that's kind of where that jawline is. And careful. Okay. Now, about the same. Making sure that drawing is right. Right. Okay, that eye ends, that nose ends over here. So that may make that eye too far over. That's right. And that's right. Careful what you key off of. You see me start to key off the mouth? I'm not real sure the mouth is correct yet. So you got to be careful. Spray bottle. Okay. That's eyebrow straight. And that's with the corner of the mouth. And that can come in just a little. Because that nose will end at the side of her cornea. So that's right. Not here. It's where the eyeball will be. Okay, we're good. We're good. And we're going to line up. This is the line between the lips. It's going up a little bit at each side. Now let's see if we can get this is a sheer color. check my halfway. And then that one is here. It's about right. Okay, so what I just ascertained was that the lip, this thing right here, is not in the middle. It's because her head is turned a little bit that way. Yeah. So let's measure from there. Vicki down. It'll take some work to bring these colors up really bright as though they were on white. And I could have painted this white before I started. But I didn't. Freaky town. Let's go ahead and fix those eyes. The eyes are never white. Hers are, but that's probably been enhanced with photography. And I'm going to give her some greenish eyes. Just so we can see where we are. She's got Betty Davis eyes. leaving it up to you. What you gonna do? The devil. I like to put those in. They help me check. We're close. It looks off, but I'm leaving it up to you. For now. Okay, I'm gonna check with you guys. Bye, Gail. Hey, Nikki. 5:14. I'm about done. I want to get just a little bit more. So that's correct. So this, okay, it's off. So we got to figure out where it's off. There to there, right there. Okay. Okay. Then measure under the lip. See. Okay, we're about right. Okay. So this is all, this dark stuff's all in the underpainting. And that's where we're getting the gray. The dirty gray is because this is kind of an orangey color. An orangey and purple kind of fight each other. Well, not fight, but neutralize. I'm going to keep working on her some until I get out of the mood. So y'all are welcome to stay with me. I'll probably go another 20 minutes or so. It's not unusual for a painting like this, even though it's just for fun, to take several hours. Part of the reason the eye looks odd is that this one should be a little bit smaller. And it is, except it's not on mine. It's close. Putting a little shadow in there. Her irises are, her retina's small. I'm going to make it a little bit bigger. Just working my way around. I try to let the painting tell me what it needs. Because what you think you're going to get when you start out sometimes isn't anywhere near what you get. Didn't mean to do that. One little brush stroke can mess up the whole thing. I said I wanted some of this to show. I may not get it. because I don't want her to look odd. Fewer colors you can use, better off you are. I'm going to come back in right now and fix that. I knew I was doing it. I should not be scrubbing with this brush. She says as she goes right back to doing it. I think I'm going to switch brushes. I think that's one of my synthetic watercolors. Let's just put that right back in there and see what else we can find. That one's definitely a good one. I mean, an acrylic one. You do not control the process. I start every painting the same way. And that's from the under layer. Okay, let me check with you guys. Just I know this is not what y'all are usually used to, but it's almost the same. This is a creative mark brush. Put just a little bit there, and then creative mark brushes are good workhorse brushes. And I buy them when they're doing the 2 for try it, buy it, try it deal. What I don't like is that we'll have to get another color paint because that's not covering that dark. Still on. So that means I've got her nose a little bit too wide right here. Yipper. And this will bring it out on the other side a little bit. Ooh, that purple is hard to cover. Okay, I would come back in here, that right here. Had the nose off, guys. You don't want to get married to something until you know it's what you want. Okay. So that means that this line comes over here. Okay. Hope y'all like seeing me problem solve on the go, because that's what all painting is. Dealing with different materials and different surfaces. That's all part of the game. And it is just a game. I want to be as good as I can. Right on. I must be gluttoning for punishment because one of my projects last week, I used golden fluid acrylic, which presented the same problems as some of these. It's supposed to be loosening up this year. Yeah, buddy. I can lose myself for hours if the mood is right. And that's why painting is good for me. May not do a thing for you, but it's good for me. It takes me out of my head. And y'all know my story. It saved my life. Ah! No, 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 black. Oh, it's not black, it's blue. And it's my theory that at a certain age, if you haven't already gotten a hobby, you need to find one as soon as possible. Because once you're by yourself, you get bored with yourself pretty quick. If we end up in, God forbid, quarantine, boy, you can better well bet you that I've got plenty in here to keep me busy. You know what? I'm going to put a coat of white, don't panic, over that dark and let it dry. Because that's that purple leaching up. Thinking on the fly. There's no formula. A coat of white gesso, and then a coat of clear would have been a good idea. The clear for the tooth, and the white to help cover up what was going on. Whew. Where is it? What is it? There it is. You can quit looking, I found it. Now then, her nose is about like that. And that one is about like that. It's about the fourth time I've put white on here. Okay, baby, come to mama. Come to mama. What I should have done in the first place. And it takes as long as it's going to take. So I don't know that I've got the nose. All right. I'm planning on this being a big problem solving. But it is. I'm too stubborn to get out of the paint. I'm like the mad scientist. Can you believe this is my idea of fun? Alrighty. I think I've got her to a good enough place. She won't scare me to death tomorrow. I think I may work on her again tomorrow. Okay, let me see who's here still. Golly, there's still 8 people. What? Okay, that chin. She's going to end up looking like a porcelain doll. And that's all right too. All right, I said I was going to quit, didn't I? It's 6 o'clock, and that's about the time I said I was going to quit. So, let's quit. I may come back tomorrow. Let me get a picture. Alrighty, I've got some aluminum foil. Wet that down real good. I don't think I'll put the wet wipe in there. I got a lot of water. Now, surprisingly, this will be pretty good tomorrow. There. All righty, guys. Thank you for sticking. Hope you enjoyed it. Thanks, Vicki. Watch for a pop-up in the next few days, maybe tomorrow. And if you enjoy this, you can join and watch. Okay, guys, I sure do appreciate you. Bye.